Hello and welcome to Sweet Shot Games Dota 2 Pub Stomping with Alchemist Guide. Alchemist is a pretty versatile hero, and you can skill build him differently and item build him a little bit differently. It all depends on your situation and how you're playing him. So for this guide, I'm going to focus more on how I like to play him as a solo mid and my preferences for his skill build and item build. Alchemist can be a great solo mid because he can easily zone out his opponent with the use of his acid spray. I also like to rush a bottle, so I pick up 3 iron branches, a clarity, and a salve, which should be more than enough until I get my bottle. So the first ability that you want to max out is acid spray. This way you can throw it down on the creeps and help you last hit, along with keeping your opponent away while harassing him at the same time. Most heroes will not be able to stand in this acid spray for long since it reduces their armor and deals composite damage. So put your next point into Greevil's Greed, and then depending on how the game is going, you can decide whether or not to max this next or your stun instead. 1 point in Greevil's Greed will give you plenty of extra gold. So it all comes down to how greedy are you? Alchemist's ult turns him into a beast. As I moved bot for a gank, I found a Chen in the jungle. Stun yet, I was able to chase him down with my ultimate and get the kill. I like to go power charge with Alchemist since it gives him a nice amount of attack speed, which he really needs. Unstable Concoction can be a really good stun, however you gotta make sure that you're gonna be able to hit an enemy opponent with it, otherwise you'll end up blowing yourself up. Also, choose your target wisely. As you see here, I focused down the Night Stalker with my teammates and then threw the stun backwards onto the Shen. Most of the time I like to go for the Drums of Endurance. However, for this game, we had 5 melee heroes on my team, so I opted for the Vladimirs. That way, we all got a little bit of armor as well as lifesteal. So the next item I like to go for is an Assault Cuirass or a Black King Bar. This will make you really survivable, and especially with the Assault Cross, also give you some much needed attack speed. So for this game, there wasn't a lot of CC I had to worry about, so I skipped the BKB and went with the AC. Now, early to mid game with Alchemist, try to farm up as much as possible and really use that Greevil's Greed to your advantage. However, make sure you keep an eye out for some ganks and look for the runes every time they spawn. Once you get a successful gank, also try to push that lane that you're in, since Alchemist can actually be a really good pusher with the use of his acid spray and his ultimate. Keep in mind that your stun is an AoE. Even though it has a small radius, try to hit as many people in a teamfight as you can with it. Same goes for your acid spray. Don't forget to throw it down on as many heroes as possible, since it'll reduce their armor, making them more vulnerable to physical attacks. Next up on your shopping list, you're going to want to pick up a big damage item, like a Desolator or an Abyssal Blade. So for this game, I went for the Abyssal Blade, since I needed more lockdown capability. Since my opponents are very agile, I'm able to hold them in position for a little bit if I get a lucky proc here or there. As you can see, it really paid off with the Basher, as I was able to take on the Night Stalker 1v1, and then also able to turn around, get some lucky bashes on the Shadow Fiend as well, and pick up 2 kills. Since Alchemist farms up a lot quicker than most other heroes, make sure you use that to your advantage, and once you have a few big items on him, keep the pressure on your opponents. But like I said before, there are a ton of other really good situational items that you can get for Alchemist, so you're really going to have to decide in each specific game which ones will work best for you. You can check out the guide I made in Dota through Steam. Also, be sure to check the links in the description below for some other ways you can find more content and other ways to follow me. Thanks for watching. And now, go stomp some pubs with Alchemist and let them know how you got so pro.